before we play, we use this chart here to decide what scenario. I think it's much more dynamic and a really good idea. Okay, so we're rolling for the attack, maneuver, defend. I'm doing that same thing I had last time. Where am I attacking?
You did maneuver last time.
Maneuver. So I got maneuver. He's got defend. So it's a 6. Didn't I roll that the last time?
Nope, you had a 5 last time. This is rear guard.
Where is that?
At the very bottom.
Okay, so we're going to play rear guard. We're using that chart. All right, so Stacy uses 2 formations of infantry. One with all infantry, the other with the 6-pounders. Of course, they've got the universal carriers and HQ with them. And then he's got airplanes. He's got these 17-pounders, 2 17-pounders, and 4 25-pounders. Okay, so I'm using mostly Panzer IIIs. In the top, I've got my HQ with our up-armored Panzer IIIs. On the right, I've up-armored Panzer IIIs. In the middle, I've got just regular Panzer IIIs. They're regular, not up-armored, and the smaller gun. And on the left, I've got 3 Panzer IIs, and of course, my Stukas. Okay, to explain the battle a bit better, we have basically a triangle of hills there at the top of the screen and in the middle. And then flanking that middle hill are 2 woods areas with palm trees. And then there was a hill to the lower right, but that was inconsequential to the game. The way the scenario worked was that it was a withdrawal, strategic withdrawal, so he was going to be losing guys starting turn 2. I get to place the 2 objective markers, and I put one near the hill over there and in front of the other hill. And he placed his minefield around the middle marker and put a bombardment marker between the middle hill and the right forest. Okay, the British deployment you see here on the left marker, he placed his 2 infantry platoons in HQ surrounding the area with the minefields in front. Directly behind them are his 17-pounders covering most of the back edge there. And then to the right he put his other formation with 1 infantry and the 6-pounders covering the ground right in there. And he has his 25-pounders in reserves, and his universal carriers are hiding behind the hills. That gave, those universal carriers, they may sound a little bit useless in this scenario, but actually they're very useful because he knows that he's going to get 2 turns where he doesn't have to lose anything significant. That's 4 points that comes off. So that really does help him in the strategic sense. So he's got the 25-pounders can pop up anywhere on the board on his side, and his planes are also off the board but can come in on turn 1. So I placed all my tanks right up the middle, Panzer IIs on the left, Panzer IIIs up-armored on the right, HQ on the right middle, and the non-up-armored on the left middle. Okay, so I moved up all my tanks, my planes didn't come in, and I'm coming right up the middle. So going to the bottom. So he got his planes and was able to blow up 1 tank. So I swung around to this, did some follow me so I didn't shoot, assaulted with my Panzer IIIs there, and they wiped out a platoon, but this HQ was able to hold, and I failed my counterattack, so I couldn't continue to roll up his flank. My planes came in and basically pinned down his guys, which is going to be useless because he's got a fearless. Going to bottom turn, he popped his 25-pounders over here and took his shots at my Panzer IIs. That's what I rolled, so since it's long range, he got 4 hits. Beat it on the right, tied on the left, and he made his firepower, so he bailed it out, and missed with his 17-pounders, and that was it. Going to top turn 3. Okay, I moved in here, assaulted his HQ, destroyed him with the Panzer IIs, and then these guys broke off, the other infantry, so they are outside the deployment, or the the marker. So what does that mean? Do you have to...
Gotta do something.
Okay. All right, so even if he gets back in, if I kill him, he's done. So we're going to bottom turn. I mentioned that my planes came in here. I rolled 3 6s and a 5, and then 2 misses. And then Stacy rolled 3 6s and a 5. I don't know what that's going to mean or anything like that, but they're both pinned, so that's what the plan is. We're in the middle of bottom turn 3. He moved 2 of his guns so that he can shoot my Panzer IIs, killed one of them, and bailed out the other. Then uses 25 pounders to destroy that Panzer, the Panzer III in the middle, and bailed out the other 2. Now he's got a 17 pounders. His choice is, does he go for the HQ, which he's got to wipe out, or does he go for this platoon and hope that all these platoons run and then he would win? He would have to knock out 3 of these platoons, one way or another, to win the game. So we'll see what happens.
Well, not necessarily, but
all right,
it,
so
it lessens your odds.
Stacy chose to go up the HQ, and he blew them both up. He got 2 hits. I failed my armor, of course, and he successfully got his 2 firepower. So now it's up to me to get these guys back in. All I got to do is make 1 over there, or 2 over here. There we go. I got to keep, what, just 1 of the platoons have to stay.
1.
All right, so roll to get him back in. And he's back in. Roll to get him back in. And he's not back in, which means I have to roll to see if they run away. So it's a 3 up to see if they run away, and they do not. So these guys will stick, which means I'm going to win the game. But just for kicks and giggles, let's see what will happen with the Panzer IIs. Did not get back in, so see if they run away, and they don't run away. So that's how it stands. Closer than I thought it was going to be. He got that HQ, and I got a little worried because then I don't get my re-rolls. But yeah, so I got the objective, and that's the end of the game, right? Am I missing something?
Nope.
All right. So what's the score here? How many did you blow up from me? Blew up the HQ.
It's 1 unit.
And that's it.
It's an 8-1.
8-1 victory for the Germans. They're tough. Those Panzer IIIs and Panzer IIs are awesome. All right, thanks for watching. Now, Stacy and I were talking after the game, and like the last game that we played, he kind of forgot the other side of the board. As you see on the right, he's got a platoon of infantry with HQ and 6-pounders, and those 6-pounders were abreast, facing down the board. And the turn before, he didn't move them into a position where he can get all of them to fire like he has right now in the picture. Also, he could have moved that infantry with the HQ towards the other objective where I had all my tanks and I had nothing threatening the one on the right. And he said he just forgot. He just didn't think about it. He was so focused on the other one and making sure that he had the 25-pounders in the right position and everything else, and it just slipped his mind. But that's what happens. I mean, you make a mistake like that, and you know, it makes it very difficult to win. Not that the game is unforgiving, but if the other player is doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're not making mistakes, and you make a mistake, that's how it should work out. It should work out that, you know, the one that makes the least amount of mistakes should have the better chance to win, and that it worked out. And even still, it was almost a 7-2 victory for him. If I don't make a couple of those rolls at that last turn, let's say, you know, I don't, my Panzer IIs run away and the Panzer IIIs fail to get back in, and he gets another turn to move things into position, and he has that infantry coming up for support, he starts wiping out all those tanks that are bailed out. And yeah, it turns in, you know, if he's able to make me run right there, then it's a 7-2 victory for him. So because he lost 2 platoons. So that's how easily this game can swing from one to the other, from an 8-1 victory to a 7-2 victory in his favor. That's how close it was. So very exciting game, a lot more exciting probably than we realized until we started talking after. And that's how it ended. So thanks for watching.